In release 3.9 of Design Center, there have been some improvements made to the presentation of scenes in the Equinox interface. So right now what I'm showing is the scenes in a particular room. There happen to be 3 of them in this example. I've just generically named them 1, 2, and 3. Currently, scene 2 is active. We know that because of the bar down there highlighting that. And then if I click on scene 3, I make it active. And now if I go to scene 1, I'm making that active. We'll notice right here now that this is a different color. The reason for this is that this scene was built by using the emulate button action type, whereas these other 2 were built using ramp load. So the ramp load are going to use the default Equinox color, which is that blue, bluish gray. So what we want to do is be able to fix this so that this will present itself the same as that. And I'll get to that in just a minute. But what I really wanted to point out here is that before, these would actually just be a representation of the level. They wouldn't be all the way across, and so they would be that way whether that scene was active or not, and didn't really give us any indication of an active scene. Now we have that. And what they've done is they've gone away from that indication and put it up here instead. So we do have this little bar and a plus and a minus. In order to get these on a ramp load type action, let me go and show you under scenes. Let's go to scene 2. You just need to make sure that this show adjust is clicked. If you deselect that, then that goes away. And there may be cases where you want to do that, but that's what it takes to make that show up. Now, like I said, that gives us the ability to see down below which scene is currently active, if any. Now let's go and address this issue of this being a bright red. The reason for this is what this is doing is using the default LED style, and I am now in the LED style and profile view with LEDs style selected, and you can see that the typical or the default is going to be black first state, red second state. So that's where that red LED is coming from. So in order to correct that, what we need to do is go and create a custom color. So I have this custom color already defined. If you don't have one, you can go in and edit and add a custom color. The value should be 19, 25, 44. If you have those values, then that will match that grayish blue color in Equinox. So with that done, now the problem that I have is that I have keypads. If I have keypads, I don't necessarily want them to take on that same LED style that I'm creating for the Equinox interface. So what you do in that case is you would add a LED style, make it what you want. So let's just say we want a dim gray off and an aqua, bright aqua on, and then just take all of your keypads and move them over to there. And now they will follow that keypad style and not the one that we're creating. And it has to be this first one. It's the default one is the one that Equinox uses. So let me go ahead and do an update on that. And now if we go back in to our Equinox, you can see that is the active scene. Instead of it being red now, it is a color that matches the other ones. So that's the solution to make it to where they all appear the same, regardless of whether they're created with an emulate button action or a ramp load action.